Watch out! Hey everybody, welcome to another unboxing video on my newly named channel, Watch Out! So today I have a package here with a little bit of damage, a little bit of giveaway there, and of course every package that comes here into Turkey now is opened first and inspected, and I see here that somebody left me a little DNA. There's a human hair there. Can't really see it on camera. Anyway, I've been waiting for this watch for over a month now, which is not ideal, but sadly pretty typical when you consider customs and everything like that. So again, oh wait, there's more DNA there too. Interesting. You can see it there on camera. So somebody was shedding their hair. Alright, so today I am taking receipt of the 4th Boderry that I have since purchased. A watch I figured I'd probably only purchase once. A brand I'd probably only purchase once, maybe twice. But in fact, I have purchased 4 Boderrys, and this one is one that I thought about in another case material, but having purchased that, now I've decided, well, I think it's time to add something to the collection which I do not yet have. So we've got a slightly larger box than usual, and we've got a polishing cloth there, and we have this nice little feature, sort of a pleather with a P, carrying case, travel case. So we have inside the larger box a Boderry user manual, instruction manual, warranty certificate. I actually haven't seen the warranty certificate. I think maybe I don't get one, I just register online. We have a bonus bracelet here, that's cool, because I do not remember that being part of my order. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so we've already got the spring bars inside there. Interesting though. That's not great. It does feature also a push pin remover tool. But I see here that already this bracelet is damaged. Maybe that's why it was free in my package. So it's supposed to have 2 stays, and unfortunately this one was already broken in the package. I don't see how that could have gotten through quality control because it was obvious when I saw it. This is branded, however, with the Boderry. I'm not taking the plastic off of it yet because I just don't know. Yeah, see, that sucks. The fact that it's already broken like that. And there's, of course, no way to... You can't come back from this. Once these are broken, that's it. Well, that kind of sucks. It's like a slight surprise, only to be let down. Quick wristwatch check shows that I'm wearing a watch that I'm trying to fall in love with. This is the... Pagani designed PD 1676, a Paul Newman homage, but mine, unlike everybody else's, and I've moaned about this in the unboxing video. I moaned about it to AliExpress. I moaned about it to the outlet store that I bought it from on AliExpress. Mine has a double dome sapphire crystal, which you can see there, and it's supposed to be a box top or top hat crystal, and it's not. And that really pissed me off, frankly, because nowhere does it advertise a version of the watch with this type of crystal. And gallingly, the outlet store, in their defense of why they sent me that watch with AliExpress, they showed pictures of the watch that have the box top crystal saying, this is what we sent you. No, that's not what you sent me. Okay, so this part of the strap, the south side strap, you see there, it says Boderry on it, but I just want to point out here, this is cracked. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this watch was returned. The bracelet itself doesn't look like it's been used per se. I don't see any evidence on there that it's been used. But there is some like scuffing here, shiny bits. That's really interesting. I'm not sure how that broke or why it broke. But yeah, that's a little disappointing because I would certainly be keen to use this bracelet. All right, let's get to the watch itself. I'm wasting time here. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so here we have a branded travel case. It's got a couple snaps. This is similar to another watch. Bada bing, bada boom. What do we have? This is the Boderry SeaTurtle.Ocean, and I guess its model number is BDA007B-05. This is in bronze, so it is my first bronze watch, and perhaps maybe only my only bronze watch that I will take possession of. So this has like sort of a proprietary bronze that features a little more copper than tin, and on camera looks fairly bronze to goldish in color, although here looking at it in real life, it is quite coppery in color, to be perfectly frank. Copper being the color that gives bronze its color, and tin gives it its sheen. This is quite a coppery looking watch, and we've already got a little patina forming on there. All right, so our dimensions are that we have a 40 millimeter case diameter, and this is supposed to be 12.5 millimeters thick. It is a flat sapphire crystal and a stainless steel case back. The stainless steel case back is etched and or stamped with a sea tortoise, I think is probably more accurately what it is. This sticker is not coming off though. Just want to show you that. All right, so it's got this cute little sea tortoise there. So this watch and the 4 different iterations in the collection are supposed to raise awareness of microplastics in the ocean. Now I notice the wording is very selective. It says it's supposed to raise awareness of microplastics, whereas normally you would expect a watch company or something of the like to talk about a portion of the proceeds of each watch sale goes towards a charitable donation to an organization that might be engaged in the reduction of microplastics in the ocean. But Boderry doesn't say that anywhere on their website, or Boderry, if you like. This is one of those ambiguities about the company, is nobody knows how it's supposed to be pronounced. And I've got at least 3 different pronunciations that float around in my head. Boderry, Boderry, and Boderry. Now this does feature a stainless steel tang here instead of bronze like the rest of the watch, but that's probably a good thing. Doesn't bother me too much. The stainless steel case back is just so that it minimizes contact with your skin, the bronze that is. This features a sort of blood or maroon, which is my favorite color in the world, dial. I don't have anything like that, and I'm pretty excited to have that to my collection. And you can also see that there are sort of a tortoise shell design on the dial. That's what that's supposed to emulate. It's not supposed to emulate a honeycomb, even though it is proper hexagonal design, like a honeycomb. And that's why I've got this shirt on today, sort of in spirit. We have, I would think this is a 120 click bezel. Sounds pretty good. It's fairly easy to move around. It is unidirectional, obviously. It's pretty nice there. The date window has bronze framing there. That's pretty nice. The hands look great. Inside is a Miyota 8215. Just undoing the screw down crown at this point, pops out really nicely. Now the feature of this watch, the older 8215s, which is in this watch, is that when you pull the time out to set it, it does not hack, so the second hand keeps moving as it's doing right now. Time setting and date setting is just like we're used to. In the first position, it does hand wind. Let me just set the date here. Setting the date is done with an anti-clockwise or downward rotation. And then, of course, all the way out. Now, the second hand does jump when you pull out the crown and you begin to set the time. You can see it doing there at this. That is not some defect. That is a feature of this particular watch or of this particular movement, and I think one that people probably don't prefer over what is a rather more standard Seiko or ETA or Sellita action when you set the time. So I think that freaks people out who maybe have no experience with the Miyota 8215. But Miyota is a reliable movement in the same way that Seiko movements are. And Miyota's been around a little while longer too. So they know what they're doing. All right, let me just get to the proper date now. A lot of people complain about the second hand not hacking. But you know, I think a hacking second hand is actually more annoying than a second hand that doesn't move. And why do I say that? Because when you set the time, you generally just set to the minute, right? So you don't need to interrupt the second hand moving around and doing its business, because when a second hand stops, it stops wherever it is that you pulled the crown out. And I'm kind of an anally retentive guy, so I tend not to pull out the crown when I'm setting the time until the second hand moves to the 0 or 12 o'clock position. Now just think of all those seconds of my life I'm losing waiting for the watch to get to that point so that I can dial in the time right. Whereas when the second hand continues moving, it's easy peasy. You just set the time as it is, and you get on with your day, and you don't need to worry about where the second hand is, because nobody with an automatic movement watch, nobody is I would say, synchronizing their watches that accurately. And why is that? Well, quite frankly, it's because automatic movements are not very accurate. So yeah, 10 after 3, it's just past the 30 seconds, going on 40 seconds now. So therefore, I advance my minute hand to about half the distance, because when I set it, it was about 30 seconds after, and I'm done. So somebody like me who would prefer not to set the time until the second hand is close to the 0 or 12 o'clock position, now I don't have to, I'm saved that extra bit of time. There is a Boderry logo on the crown. It's pretty nice. What do we got here? Kind of sparse text. We've got the Boderry logo and name just under the 12 o'clock triangle. And then down there above the 6, it says SeaTurtle. It informs us that it's automatic and that it is water resistance to, what is it? Should be 200 meters. Sorry, I just looking at it here, and it seems like it's faking me out, like it has more water resistance. Oh, it's only 100 meters. So it's 100 meters, 330 feet. Huh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was 200 meters. So that's funny. Of course, I won't take it in the water with this bracelet, which is a very nice, genuine leather bracelet, branded Boderry bracelet. It's quite thick. but very soft and pliable. I like that texture on it too. I really do not like leather bracelets. I will, however, wear this with the leather bracelet, particularly in light of the fact that this bracelet came damaged. That's a real buzzkill. And I probably won't wear this watch all too often just because, as I was pointing out earlier about the secondhand thing, I'm also the type of person that is not interested in the patina that's going to form naturally on this watch. So I will wear it, then I will clean it, and then I will put it away. We do have a illuminated pip there at the 12 o'clock, raised pip. Now, one of the features of this watch is supposed to be that the dial is loomed just like all of the indices and the hands are. But as I did an unboxing of another watch in this range, that loom was basically non-existent. I had a dickens of a time trying to photograph it, and I was unsuccessful, I think, in really capturing it. The website's a bit disingenuous, Boderry's website, because it shows a really brightly illuminated dial, and that's just horse hockey. I think only their prototype must have had that loom, and no other iteration that they have sent has had that. So I'm just giving it charging it now with some light. Yeah, it's basically non-existent. I can barely see. Now, it does say it's supposed to be green loom, but mine appears blue. Which I do like, but again, maybe when I do a deeper review of this watch, I will take some photographs, and maybe I'll have some luck capturing the loom in all of its glory, but it is kind of like Pagani design in that regard, and that's nothing to write home about. All of the Boderry watches that I've purchased all have fairly insufficient loom for the task. But anyway, I wanted to have this as it's a bronze watch. It feels pretty good. I'm going to put it on my wrist here shortly. And let's see, they didn't give us any idea about the weight. Oh yeah, I guess the weight is 89 grams. That was weird. I thought that was the sound of the rotor spinning in this new watch, but it wasn't. It must have been something else. My imagination. It's just my imagination. Okay, there we go. Putting it on. Yeah, watch band is really comfortable and nice. Looks really good. I can't wait to wear it this weekend with a suit that I'll pair this with. And now I got to go find some shoes to match the leather bracelet. All right, guys, thanks for coming out. As I said, this is Boderry number 4, but only 2 are going to remain in my collection. This one and the titanium urban I have. So that's kind of cool. I've got a titanium from this company, and now I've got a bronze from this company. Oh, by the way, let's see. What have I heard about cleaning bronze? I saw somewhere that you could clean, maybe even Boderry's website, that you could clean this with ketchup. And I had to laugh because I was like, ketchup? Really? Somebody's going to put ketchup on their watch and then clean it? But I think what they're really saying is any vinegar substance serves to clean and restore the shine of the bronze itself. And I know there's some other substances out there. It's really not all that difficult to clean. I like the fact that this has also a bronze bezel, whereas the other iterations in this SeaTurtle.Ocean line all have aluminum bezel inserts. And that's cool. And there does appear to be this is an insert as well. So the bezel itself appears to be at least two pieces. But I can tell that this is also bronze because there's a patina forming on this from where it's made contact with my fingers. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming out. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I really appreciate it. And just remember, watch out! Cheers.